Because we all ask ourselves at one point, if God exists, why does he let all this bad stuff happen? The answer to that is God is literally yelling in your ear. He's asking you, he's yelling, turn to me. Because once you live in God's will, bad things become good. Look at all the things that have happened in the past 5 years. In the past few weeks, Boston, the bombings, riots, all these things. Where did you turn when things got hard in your life? Did you answer the call of destruction with the overwhelming silence of the peace that God gives you? Because that's what happens when we give ourselves to God completely. That is what happens when he is in our lives. We get the good things that God has wanted to give us through the promise of his Bible. Through his living word, his actual words. Imagine having the power to ask for anything and have it be given to you for free. That's what God's love is. It's a free gift, unlike anything you or anyone has ever experienced. The relationship that God has with us, when we ask him to come into our lives, is part of a perfect plan. People have asked me, how do you know if God is in your life? Or if people have asked me, how do I know when God is in my life? And look around to the people you know that have a relationship with God. And I mean a real relationship. Now, this is where you have to be very careful. Looking for someone who is actively in a real relationship with God is hard. And sometimes, do they seem happier or sadder than the people who you know are not following God's plan, who are not actively searching for an active relationship with God? Now, I don't want to discourage you from actively searching for God. Or better yet, I don't want to discourage you from actively searching for an active relationship in God. The truth is, a lot of people expect to feel something when God comes into their lives. A physical change in their lives, or an altercation of the body or soul. I can tell you from self-experience that it's different for everybody. I, myself, had a feeling of power come over me when I finally accepted Jesus Christ, when I knew that I wanted to have a personal relationship with him, and I asked him to come into my life. I felt as if I could do anything. It felt almost unreal, like I had walked into a dream, where everything I felt was heightened to the point of where my body started to sweat, and I felt like I could just run for hours with nonstop. What it might feel like for you, it may be a release or a great weight just lifted off your shoulders. I can tell you it's different for everyone. If you want to know what happens or how God changes you, start in the Bible. Start in his word. If you've watched any of my other videos at all, you know that God has a perfect plan for a good life for you. Anything good that comes from God while you are in a relationship with God is unequal to anything that you have ever tried to find comfort in on this earth.